Hi, Zeno here from FunnelFlux. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick overview of how to get started with FunnelFlux Pro. So, when you first log in, you'll be presented with the dashboard. Relatively familiar interface for any of you who have been using tracking systems or analytics tools in the past. Now, I won't go through the fine details of all of these sections. I'll leave you to explore our knowledge base to learn about these different sections at your own pace. And you can also use these tours, which you'll see in the navigation bar here, on the various different sections to learn more about how each section works. Now, to get started in FunnelFlux, the most important thing you should do at the beginning is add a custom domain. If you don't add a domain, then you can't generate any links for tracking or generate JavaScript. So it's very important that you do this first. You can do this by going to the settings area and then domains. From here, you can link and see the domain configuration help document, which provides a lot more detail. If you want to use a free domain, you'll need to use Cloudflare. So from within FunnelFlux, you can click Add Domain and put some test domain here. Add it. This will then give you an IP address. You can then go to Cloudflare. You can add your domain that you want to use for tracking. You can set it to point to that IP address. There we go. Now it's important that this is in orange cloud mode, and you'll need to add a page rule, which is detailed in this help document, to make sure that it works well with our system. Now, because we're using Cloudflare, we're able to offer you unlimited custom domains for free with SSL. If you're unable to use Cloudflare, you can use our system with a different provider, but we recommend using Cloudflare at first, even if you are using a domain that you don't plan to use for your actual campaigns. Just create a Cloudflare account, add any random domain you have to it, and set up using that. It'll be the easiest way to get started. Now, next steps, we need to add resources to our account so that we can create a funnel and then test a link. So you'll find the resources that you need under the Pages and Sources section. Firstly, we have traffic sources, i.e. where your traffic comes from. This could be Facebook, Google AdWords, Taboola, a pop-up traffic source, or even something like referrals. You can create one by clicking New, and when you type here, templates will appear as you type. You can select these to automatically fill out some of these sections. I won't go into details about how these sections work, just know that this is the configuration for the URLs that you would generate with our system. I already have a number of traffic sources created, and your account will come with some already, so you probably don't need to actually make one. Now, offer sources is where your offers come from. I should point out that in FunnelFlux, you have offers and landers. Both of these are pages. The only difference is that offers can convert and create revenue. Landers do not. They just have click-throughs. So an offer source is where you get your offers from. Often this will be affiliate networks, or it could be something like ClickBank, or perhaps you're a product owner, so you could just make an offer source of my own products. When you go to create an offer source, there's a bunch of configuration. As usual, there are templates which will appear as you type. The main thing that these do is create a template for data passing and the way you pass data to those offers. Once you've created an offer source, you can go ahead and create landers and offers. So a lander is very simple. All it is a page that you're going to be sending users to. So you're going to put some name for the lander. You can choose a category if you want to. You can put a base lander URL. Let's use Google. Now the base lander URL is just the lander, not including any extra parameters that you want to pass into the URL. Under this append extra data section, you can pass extra parameters, like so. So I might want to pass country code and perhaps device type. You can see here that this produces a final URL, and this is the URL that we will actually send visitors to if you're using redirect links. The reason we have this field approach is so that it's easier to avoid making mistakes when you're putting data into your URLs. And likewise for offers, you'll often want to pass data to some downstream system, like an affiliate network. You want to do that in a standard way, and so these offer sources help you do that. So if I go to create some new offer, and I say it is, let's put the link as somenetwork.com/some offer. When I select a source, and let's say I choose Cake Platform, here under Configure Data Passing, you can see it's automatically filled out these parameters here, and as a result, this final offer URL has all of this data automatically added. Okay, so once you've made a lander, an offer, and you have the traffic and offer sources, you can get straight to building a funnel. To do that, go to the funnels page, click Create New, create a funnel. You'll need to create a funnel group if you haven't created one already. I'll just choose Team Testing Funnels, and I'll put Trial Extension Video here. Now I can save and open in the editor, and it will open a new tab here. Note that you can open multiple funnels at a time, so if I click plus here and open existing, I can add a second funnel and I can switch between these tabs. Now in your first funnel, what you'll want to do is add landers and offers and link things together visually. You can do this by either right-clicking and choosing to add, or you can use the node palette, which we have on the left side here. If you click Draw, you'll now be able to drag and drop content onto the canvas. So let's say I might want to put some test lander. I'll put this here, and I might want people clicking through this lander to then go to some offer page. Now all I do is click and drag to connect these together, and that's it. I can save. Now within this lander, this is actually a group. There's only a single lander in it at the moment, but if I want to, I can add other pages to this and set the rotation weights between them. So you're able to do this within a single node if you want to. Likewise, I can do that for offers. Now on this lander page here, you need people who click through to get sent to this checkout page. So you want to send them to this action here. So you'll need to use an action link that points to the tracker. You can get that by right-clicking this, get action link, and there you have it. So it'll be your domain, which you can choose here. So in this case, say test domain, followed by action, and then the number. This URL will be generic and reusable across all of your landers, your offers, and your pages, so you don't need to get this link every time. Once you've set up those links, you can then create a tracking link that sends people into this funnel. You can actually send people to anywhere in the funnel, but usually you'll start at the traffic node at the very beginning. FYI, this traffic node is actually a rotator as well, so you can, if you want, connect it to other things and change the rotation between these nodes. But let's leave that for now. If I click the traffic node, I can then go to this Get Entrance Link section. I can select a traffic source and I'll get a link. Simple as that. So I'll save my funnel first. And in fact, let's edit this lander and check what its URL is. Let's change it to google.com. And let's check this. Okay, it's going to pass some extra data. I'm going to save that. Save this. Okay, let's send traffic from Facebook. Now here we have the URL. It's been generated for us. You don't need to save anything. In FunnelFlux, these links are all dynamic. So you may be used to having to create campaigns which have a unique link dedicated to that traffic source, that funnel, and maybe the country that the traffic is coming from. In FunnelFlux, you don't need to do any of that. Just select what traffic source the traffic is coming from. You can put an optional entrance cost if you want to. Copy this URL. And now if I open it in a new tab, you'll see all of this URL data added is because of the Facebook traffic source I chose. If I tap enter and load it, you can see it redirects to Google and has this extra data appended as defined in my lander configuration. And that's it. That's all you need to do to get started with FunnelFlux. So when you set up your first funnel, you can just add everything to it, save it, click on the traffic node, and then pick a traffic source, get your link, and you're ready to go. Of course, you can use JavaScript as well if you want to not use redirect links, but I won't cover that in this video. And reach out if you have any questions. Thanks, and best of luck.